Hey guys, this is Vishal, and today we are going to talk about wine and food pairing from some delicious dishes which is coming from the Hakkasan takeaway menu. So what I've done is I've ordered 6 dishes of what I enjoy to eat, and we are going to be pairing that with 3 different wines. One sparkling, one white, and one red. Now, if you guys have ever been to Hakkasan, you would know that they have a fantastic wine list. But of course, there's a lot of hard work that has gone behind making this list. It is made by professional sommeliers, and they have a very interesting strategy. These sommeliers, they get together once a month or once in 2 months, and they call for samples of wines that they think that they would like to include on their wine list. And then they open the bottles. They have 6 dishes that they keep at any given point of time from their menu, and they start tasting the wine and start eating the food. Now, the philosophy is that if they like the wine, that wine should go with 80% of the dishes on the menu. So technically, when you go next time to Hakkasan and you ordered food and you order wine from the menu, more likely you will actually find that wine pairing with multiple dishes on your table, which is so interesting and so cool. So let's start. I have all the gear in front of me. I have my decanter, which we are going to use to decant red wine. I've got my glassware, which is ready. My wine opener. We're going to do some pouring through Koravin, which is a very cool technology that we have. A stopper for my sparkling wine. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're gonna open a bottle of sparkling wine. This is a Belstar Prosecco coming from Italy. Proseccos can only come from Italy, from a region called Veneto, and they are having Glera as a grape variety. Why do I choose a sparkling wine? Because technically it's a great aperitif. If you are dining at home, you're a single diner, or you're dining with family, a glass of Prosecco to start your meal is fantastic. It has got good acidity, and it goes with almost all dishes. In fact, it is a dream come true for pairing with spicy Asian food. So this is what you have, Hakkasan, great Asian food. Some of the dishes that we have got a touch of spice. So this bottle of wine will technically go with all the 6 dishes that I've invited. So let's open a bottle of wine. It's very easy to open a sparkling wine. First you have to remove the foil, as we see. The rule is your thumb should come over the cork that you have. There is a foil which we just took out, and then there is this metal gauge which we loosen up. Hold the cork and just move the base of the bottle so that the cork slightly comes out and gives a nice pop. I am using a white wine glass for the sparkling wine. You see fantastic bubbles. This producer is Vishal, and it's a 21 generation winery. They've been making wine for 21 generations, which is hell of a lot. It's sometimes great to have wine, of sparkling wine specifically, in a white wine glass. Now, as you all know that you're drinking wine in a flute, sparkling wine, and you can see these wonderful bubbles which are coming out. But a lot of times when you use a flute, you cannot smell the wine because the opening of the flute is very narrow, and you cannot really dig your nose inside the flute, and that really prevents you from having the aromas of the wine. And more winemakers, which are sparkling winemakers, are emphasizing on the aromas of the wine. So they all collectively got together and they're promoting now drinking wines, sparkling wines, champagnes, cavas, proseccos, in a white wine. So next time when you open one, make sure that you have a white wine glass with you. Give it a nice swirl. Fantastic. Beautiful acidity, mouth-watering. I'm already feeling to eat all these lovely dishes. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a little bit of the tiger prawns and wonderful pairing. You guys should try this, okay? This is from the Small Eats menu and it's fantastic. Okay. So since I'm going to open 3 bottles, I'm going to put this bottle on the side. I have a sparkling wine stopper. So if you are not able to finish the whole bottle, you should always invest in one. You put it down, so it helps you to keep the fizz inside the bottle. And voila. Put it in the fridge and you're ready to go to drink it the next day. Now, we're going to open a white wine. I'm going to change the glass. Now, this is a very interesting white wine that I have from Argentina. All the wines that we have chosen today, they are all on the Hakkasan menu. So when you go there and if you find something interesting, you can always order a bottle. This is a beautiful wine called Torrentes. So it's an indigenous grape varietal which comes from Argentina. The wine is made by a female winemaker. She was the first winemaker from Argentina. Her name is called Susana Balbao, and she was responsible for bringing back Torrentes, the grape varietal, back to life. It used to be grown in a region called Salta. And the beauty of this wine is that it has got wonderful aromas. If you open the bottle, which we are doing right now, it's a screw cap. So all you have to do is twist. It's fantastic. You don't need to use any opener or anything. It's a fantastic technology. Just pouring one. We are drinking a 2018 vintage, which is the latest vintage that we have. The interesting thing of this wine is it has got this beautiful aromas of rose and lychees, and with a little bit of minerality. Now you would say rose and lychees, that means the wine should be sweet. Actually, quite the contrary. The wine is medium dry. It's not completely bone dry, and it has got this wonderful acidity. And wines with good acidity and Asian food is just wonderful. One of the rules for wine and food pairing, people think it's too complicated, but it's really not. It's quite simple. Wine and food pairing is very simple. I mean, you can get into the depths of it. Everything is there on Google. But if you really want to do wine and food pairing, you have to understand that they both are going in your mouth at the same time. So of course you want a balance in your mouth. You don't want the food to overpower the wine, or nor you want the wine to overpower the food. If you do that, if you choose the wine, the right wine with the right food, or right food with the right wine, which not overpowering each other, then you can actually taste the food and also taste the wine. And this is what we are doing. These wines are very light, very fragrant. The second bottle that we opened, they are very aromatic. And the food of the Hakkasan that we have is also very light, very fragrant, very aromatic. So they kind of pair well with each other. If I drink this wine and I pick let's say I pick a spicy, I believe this is a spicy prawns dish in chili sauce, which I am going to take a bite of. Wonderful. can taste the wine, and I can taste the food simultaneously in my mouth, and this is wonderful. This is what you really want to do. There is no point opening a big full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon and eating it with this nice, beautiful, delicate dish. This actually will kill the food, and that's what you don't want to do. So, what we get? Lychees. Did you know that there are no lychees that are grown in Argentina? So when I was talking to the winemaker Susanna, she said to me that, I never really knew how lychees taste, though I could smell it in my wine. And when she was in Japan one day and she was going through this underground, underground subway, she could smell these lychees, and all of a sudden it reminded her of this Torrentes, this grape. And so she ran and she saw these bunch of ladies who were sitting down in the underground. They were peeling these lychees, and she bought a small box and she started to eat them. This was her first time. It was a wonderful experience, and it was a fascinating story because a winemaker who makes Torrentes, which smells like lychees, had never eaten lychees before. So it's very interesting. I just can't stop eating. This is wonderful. Beautiful. The best thing about a screw cap is you can just put it back on. It will give you a great seal. This bottle goes in the fridge, and you can use this bottle for the next 2-3 days without wine being deteriorated. So this is a great technology. If anybody tells you that screw cap is for cheap wines, I think you can confidently say that that's a myth. It's really not the case. So fantastic. This is Torrentes, and now let's do some red wine. Okay, more importantly, I have to tell you about the wine drinking temperature. This is very, very important, and you guys have to get it right, otherwise you will not enjoy the wines in your house. This wine, which is the first one that we did, the Prosecco, has to be super chilled. You have to drink it up to 5 to 7 degrees Celsius. So I think you should stick it in your freezer if you don't have a wine fridge. Keep it there for a good 35-40 minutes. It will be nice and chilled, and then open it and drink it. Okay, very, very important. For the white wine, you have to drink it at approximately 10 degrees. So the best way to do it is put it in the fridge. Again, if you don't have a wine fridge, a dedicated wine fridge, and keep it there for like an hour and a half. Get it to nice chill temperature, 10 degrees, and drink it. If you drink the wine too warm, you lose all the acidity in the wine, and then it's boring to drink that. So this is what I've done. I had stuck it in the fridge and chilled it down to 10. Now for the red wine, it's different. A lot of people say that red wines have to be drunk at room temperature, but come on, room temperature in India versus room temperature in Europe is vastly different. So what they mean by room temperature is you need to drink it at 15 or 16 degrees Celsius. That is cool. So the way I drink my wine, and I have a dedicated wine fridge as you see behind, but if you don't, then you just take your red wine bottle, put it in the fridge for a good 30-40 minutes, let it cool down to 16 degrees, and then open the bottle, and you will see vast difference in between if you drink the wine warm versus drinking the wine slightly cooler. Okay. Now what we are going to do is this is a very interesting technology that has been developed by a guy called Greg Lambert in the US, and it's called Coravin. Now if you guys are a single diner and you have a full bottle of wine and you don't want to open the bottle of wine just for yourself, thinking that the wine is going to get spoiled, then what you can really do is to pull out a glass from the bottle without opening the bottle. And I'm not doing any magic here, but this is how you do. So this is a tool. I think you can get it for around 20,000-25,000 rupees on Amazon. It's called Coravin. It is the hottest technology right now in the wine world. This is a bottle of wine. I have not opened it. It's sealed. It can be only done on a cork bottle. You cannot use it on a screw cap. On the red wine, we are doing this. What it does is it has got an argon gas. Okay, it will put the argon gas inside, which is an inert gas, inside the bottle, and it will displace the liquid in the glass without opening the bottle of wine. So let's do this. We've put it on the, of course guys, it will come with all the instruction tools. I am inserting the needle inside. The needle is inside the cork. Pushing the argon gas inside and getting the wine displaced in my glass. Again, the argon gas goes inside and the wine comes out. Getting some more. And the wine comes out. And you stop. You pull the needle out. Take it out. You have a full glass of wine without opening the bottle. Now the beauty is that you can keep this bottle for a few years, because what has happened is the needle has gone inside the cork, pulled the wine, and because cork is viscoelastic, it's sealed back. So there is no air which has gone inside the bottle, and the bottle is as new. Only thing is we have extracted a glass from the bottle. So this is fantastic technology. Okay, I'm also going to decant this bottle because I like to drink the whole bottle. But if you are a single diner, you have extracted a glass of beautiful red wine. By the way, I didn't talk about the wine. This is Brancaya. This is one of my favorite wines. It comes from Tuscany. It's made by a winemaker called Barbara. Again, a woman winemaker. She is Swiss. She fell in love with Tuscany. She bought an estate in Tuscany in the 80s. She was an architect but decided that she wanted to dedicate her life to winemaking, and she became the winemaker. This is a Super Tuscan. It's a baby Super Tuscan, and the grape varietals are Sangiovese, which is the most popular grape varietal from Tuscany. And then you have a touch of Cabernet Sauvignon and touch of Merlot. Now you would say that it may be too powerful for this kind of food. No, we've got some Hakka noodles out here. We've got some chicken chili out here. I think this particular wine, it has got beautiful. Let's taste it, right? I think it's got this lovely red fruit, some cherries, some tart cherries. A little bit of an oak. They use barrels to age the wines. Nice acidity and very smooth tannins. You don't have, so because it is nice, smooth and easy drinking wine, I think it will go really well with this Hakka noodles. This is a 2015 vintage, so we are already 5 years in the bottle, and it's drinking really, really well. But let's try with some Hakka noodles. This is delicious. And you know what? We're gonna, instead of the chicken, we're gonna use the grouper, which is in black bean sauce. It's one of my favorites. And oops. Okay. I think I'm going to tell you what I have ordered. Okay. I've written this down. Guys, you should do this, okay? So, crispy tiger prawns, stir-fried chicken in chili oil, chili prawns, steamed grouper, and veg hakka noodles. And if you have the means to order these wines, as you know that now you can get wine at home. You have the Crios Torrentes, you have the Brancaya, Super Tuscan, and you have this beautiful Prosecco Belstar. They are just, I think it's just killing it. It's doing really well. I think now what we're going to do is, if you're not a single diner and if you are in a group, then let's open this bottle of wine and let's decant it. So, simple wine opener. We are going to open this bottle of wine. Okay. Mind you, it's one glass less. We've just pulled it out. Please invest in a good corkscrew. Makes life really easy when you're opening a good bottle of wine. Okay. And I have this beautiful decanter from Schwarzwiese, which I'm using. There's a wine. The purpose of decanting the wine is multifold. When it's a young wine, you want to expose it to oxygen. When oxygen comes in contact with the wine, it's like a synergistic effect. It opens the wine up. It opens the flavors and the aroma profile, okay, of the wine. And the way to decant it is simple. Just put the wine inside, you know. This is how you do it. And give it a nice hard shake. Okay? What you really want is a nice froth, which is there which is basically oxygenation. Okay? When you do this, you keep it for like 5-10 minutes. The wine is breathed really well. But when you do this, you make sure that you finish the bottle, because now you've over-oxygenated the wine and you want to finish this bottle. Decanting is very, very cool. I love to decant all my wines. When you're decanting a very old bottle of wine, another reason to decant it is if you have a very old bottle of wine and there are some sediments underneath, then you want to remove those sediments, and that's the reason why you've seen sometimes, you know, in online or people decanting with a candle